So are Band calls and Hartal calls ordered by Pakistan ISI handlers a relic of a bygone era in Naya Kashmir? Or is there merit in the PDP chief and former chief minister of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, Mehbooba Mufti, saying Kashmir has been converted into a Guantanamo Bay for the G-20 tourism meet? Or is this a significant new dawn for Kashmir? Or tamasha, as Umar Abdullah, another former chief minister of the erstwhile state of J&K, puts it? Joining me on this News Track special, Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha and leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ambassador Meera Shankar is former Indian ambassador to the United States. We have a number of other guests also joining us from Jammu and Kashmir. But I want to begin by asking you, Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Mehbooba Mufti has compared security in Kashmir for G20 to Guantanamo Bay. What message is the government sending out to the world when voices within the country actually end up staying, and voices like a former chief minister of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir saying Kashmir is like Guantanamo Bay today?
Actually, if you look, Mehbooba Mufti uses to give this type of statement after they have seen that there seems to be no reversal of fortune for them in the coming years, particularly after Article 370 has been abrogated. But I want to say one thing, that look at today's Kashmir. There used to be a time that for 10 years, not even the governor of Jammu Kashmir was having the capability to hoist the national flag on Lal Chowk even on 26th January or 15th of August. I am talking about 1988 to 98. BJP's commitment was that, if you remember, in 1992, our then party president, Dr. Murli Manohar Joshi, has taken up the yatra to hoist the flag, and present Prime Minister, as a youth leader, was a convener of that. And from there, the flags of 20 countries hoisting in Kashmir, and that too, when India is chairing that G20 summit. Don't you think that such a huge change, transformation has taken place? And Mehbooba Mufti is the same person who uses to say, agar 370 hati to tirange ko kandhe dene wala koi nahi milega. And you have seen on 26th of January this year, there was an array of tricolors on Dal Lake. और आज तो तिरंगा छोड़िए 20-20 झंडे तिरंगे के साथ दिखाई पड़ रहे हैं. फिर भी if somebody doesn't want to see, I think they have to come out from their blinkers. Then they will be able to see. A lot of water has flown in Jhelum in the last 4 or 5 years. Okay. But somehow Mehbooba Mufti and Umar Abdullah type of people who have got stuck back in the time of pre-2014, I think they are not being able to perceive what the reality is. Okay, I'll take that to both the PDP and the National Conference on the broadcast. But Ambassador Meera Shankar, I want to bring you in quickly. What should India make of countries like China staying away, or countries like Turkey not being there officially, despite India's help during the earthquake?
Well, you know, this is their choice. I mean, they've chosen to stay away. But as far as India is concerned, we have always believed that J&K is an integral part of India and that it should be treated as such. Hosting this G20 meeting on tourism, working group meeting in J&K is very much part of this approach. Also, you know, if you look at the economy of J&K, yes, it is an economy which depends heavily on tourism, which had been affected in recent years. It's been reviving. And this year, according to Mr. Shringla, the coordinator, yes, for G20, they are expecting about 20 million tourists to visit J&K. So this is something which will bring prosperity and will bring development to J&K, whose economy has been, you know, under stress because of the situation there, which prevented tourism from taking off.
200 million, absolutely. So let's take this point by point. I mean, 1.88 crore tourists this year, the highest ever. But Najmu Saqib, we can understand Pakistan being upset. We can understand China staying away. But why is Mehbooba Mufti so upset if more tourists come to J&K? Because government says 1.88 crore tourists visited J&K in 2022, the highest ever. How is this Guantanamo base, sir?
Well, look, Gaurav, we have nothing against promotion of Kashmir as a tourist destination. In fact, our party worked tirelessly for the promotion of tourism sector in Kashmir. I mean, it was Mufti Saab-led government, who resuscitated that tourism sector in Kashmir post 1999 Kargil war. I mean, having said that, Gaurav, Kashmiris have been caged. Look, for this, I mean, it should have been normally, it should have been a celebration in any part of the country, right? But we have been caged. Hundreds of youngsters have been picked up and lodged in jails, right? Our education system has been, shut down. And my students are suffering. I mean, there was those students who actually had to write exam. They couldn't reach the examination centers. Schools were shut down. Raids were ongoing for last 7 days. There have been continuous raids ongoing in Srinagar. Only way saying is that for any event, why do you turn Kashmir into a cage? Already there's such a heavy presence of security forces in Kashmir.
Let me get Sudhanshu Trivedi to respond.